My name is Ernest and Keeling. Welcome to this reading, a poem dedicated to victims of parental alienation. In my case, driven through by a narcissistic, pathological liar, a child abuser of low IQ, ex-partner Herlinde DALLE, Belgian nationality, aided by racist Belgian youth courts who, had they done their job, would have confined her to a psychiatric hospital. She said and did everything to realize her obsession of destroying my bond with my children, including kidnapping them to a third world drugs island, Sint Maarten. Her idea of an education for the children. Mine was Oxford or Cambridge. The two boys supported her as she plotted to take Noémie abroad against her will. I shouldn't blame them. They were malleable and in the hands of a manipulative sociopath determined to trample on Noémie's emotions as well as her human rights because she knew best, a point she put into writing. Shortly after Noémie requested in the youth court Brugge equal visitation rights with her father, she was kidnapped to Sint Maarten. Before leaving, DALLE wrote a letter to Judge Verhelst and Prosecutor Deslypere, dated 10/2/2002, saying, "Het is niet omdat een kind iets wenst dat het goed is voor haar." Translation: it is not because a child wishes something that it is good for her. This person is defined by her past. What she's done is what she is, something she can never undo. In Sint Maarten, she bought off corrupt prosecutor P. Mooij and a criminal anonymous so-called child expert to support her fugitive status, falsified a child report, and spread naked photos of the young children to strangers across the world, private family photos of innocent, spontaneous kids at play, where she was also present. This included, to her fan base, certain police officers in Brugge, despite them being rejected twice by prosecutor Belgian and youth judge Linus. Her police friends confiscated our computer in search of kiddie porn. Noémie was too. This is the sick retard to whom was entrusted custody of 3 vulnerable children who, with lies and corruption, avoided extradition and comfortably waited out a 4-year prison sentence under sun. Most incidents of human baseness take place in the shadows. With DALLE, they were in full view, in handwritten letters to legal officers in Brugge and Gent, while outside Belgian jurisdiction in order to continue judicial proceedings via the back door with those who had supported her in the past. Back in Belgium, the coward would not dare repeat them. She continues to abuse the children by not admitting the lies and false allegations she knowingly made against their father over years. but the sinister forces she released will stalk her to the grave. Calling Mikhail, Nikolai and Noémie Williams. When DALLE kidnapped you to Sint Maarten, her personal falsified so-called child report stated, the children also mentioned that their father once came to show them a condom filled with sperm. This lie has festered in Belgian archives more than 2 decades. Time to free yourselves from the web of corruption that snared you. Tell the truth and apologize. You have nothing to lose but your shame. You have ignored previous demands to set the record straight. Now, I absolutely insist that you comply or change your name, as you have dishonored the one I gave you. Or will your legacy to your children be of 3 rotten apples fallen distant from the tree, with only lies, deception, and supporting corruption as destiny? Your disappointed and reluctant father. Copyright. This poem is titled The Wounded House. The house on the coast stands as a cairn. We played like larks before the tide came in, thousands of snaps before the stolen years. Despite my best efforts, the foundations crumbled. Hemlock became an irresistible force. Orchid blooms shriveled and died. We never saw spring again. Never the motifs a paradigm brings. A state of purgatory I determined to survive. Now much water under the bridge. Years have flipped like pages in a book. Your voices don't reach me anymore. Gone the days tripping over shadows. Gone the days consumed by the dark. I no longer call out your names, so there's no echo that could find you. One day, alienation may clear like a storm. Perhaps upon a blood-red moon, we'll manage a rational tete-a-tete beyond obscenities unfit for mind. Or will you forever be drafts in the basket? Thank you for listening. Related poems: The Trial of Matriarchy, Parental Alienation Syndrome, aka Sick in the Mind, The Laurel and Hardy Show with Oplinus and Mars, A Survivor's Tale. Once again, thank you for listening.